Brian Higgins with you, getting ready for the season opener this Saturday on the road at Liberty. The starting left tackle, Airon Servais, with us now. He was the starting center the last couple of years, and you were kind of the most versatile guy in camp this year. What was that like for you? You played every position except defensive tackle, it felt like, to get ready for this year. When did you find out it would be left tackle, and how ready are you to go anywhere when asked?
I want to say I found out probably about a week and a half ago. I've been working there, and I mean I'm no stranger to left tackle, and he talked about that versatility aspect. I've played all 5 spots on the line in my career here, so moving around isn't too difficult for me, I'd say.
Center was the position that was strange to you when you showed up here, and you picked that up pretty quick. But how does this line come together? Because there have been various minor injuries and whatnot through camp that's kind of forced the coaches to put different groups out there. We've seen I don't know how many different combinations if you go to a different practice. What's that like for you guys that you've played it next to basically anyone that you might play next to during the season?
Yeah, well, it really helps in spring ball that Coach Cav really preaches that flexibility aspect. In spring ball, a lot of the guys are playing, 1, 2, even 3 positions like myself. We're no stranger to moving around a little bit, and it's good to play against a bunch of different guys. And it's important that Coach Babers is able to see a bunch of different combinations and figure out who those best 5 are.
At least to start the season, the left half of the line is going to be the veteran group. You're next to Evan Adams and Sam Heckles in the middle. Then the right side with Dakota Davis and Carlos Federello is the guys that haven't played as much. How do you think that affects things, that at least the veterans are next to each other on one side of the line?
Yeah, Evan and me were actually talking about it. Every snap that him and I have taken the last 2 years have been right next to each other.
Yeah, him at guard.
Yeah, exactly. So him and I have a lot of experience together. We got a lot of chemistry. So I'm excited to play next to him with me at tackle instead.
I guess more big picture, the big question this year was just the line, because you did lose 3 starters off last year. How have you guys kind of viewed that, knowing how important it is this year for you guys to gel quickly coming into the season?
Yeah, it's big that we get to have so many practices in camp, because that gives us so much time to be able to play next to each other and kind of build a chemistry. And now that we've kind of got a sense of what the line's going to look like, we've been able to practice next to each other. And for myself especially, like I said, I've been playing with Evan for so long. I don't really need more time to learn, things about him. I kind of already know how he plays and how I play next to him.
And you guys were tested by a veteran D-line all through camp. Talked to Kendall Coleman this week as well. He had an evil glint in his eye when he asked about going against you at his end. But you've had to deal with him. You've had to deal with Alton Robinson. How much does that test you? And is there a better way to get ready than going against those guys?
Yeah, those two are fantastic DNs. So being able to practice against those guys, day in and day out is really important, especially, for myself, being kind of new to that left tackle spot. And, Carlos, it's his first year. So it's really good for us to get reps against such a high caliber, athletes.
Obviously, Tommy DeVito played more than a lot of backups did last year due to injury and whatnot. He probably played 15, 20-ish% of the snaps last year. How much does that help you guys this year? And how different is it than Eric, who might pop up at who knows where on the field at points?
Yeah, Tommy does have some experience in game, which is going to be huge for us, going into this season. He's not going to be a complete stranger, and, he's not going to be that first-year guy kind of getting some of the kinks out, so that he kind of already knows, the speed of the game and the intensity of the game and things like that. So that's going to be really good. When it comes to him versus Eric, it doesn't really change our O-line play as much. We have to be ready, in case Tommy does go down, we have to be ready for anybody to be back there. So it's important that we remain constant on the front 5.
Coming into this year, great season last year. We know the expectations around town, season tickets. Any way you might measure it, people are talking about this team. How do you guys handle that?
We just got to keep the same attitude. We're still hungry. We might have some bigger goals. Last year we wanted to go to a bowl game, and now we want to be ACC champions. So it's just about, setting the bar that we want to hit and working towards that every day.
Is it cool for you now in your 4th year here, you've been with Coach Babers the whole time, to see those goals kind of advance year in and year out?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody was a little bit surprised with, how fast that transition happened and how we were able to have such a fantastic year last year. I think it's really good that we've been in the system so long, and we're starting to learn just more and more, especially about the offense as time goes by.
Yeah, year 4 begins with Syracuse being the known and ranked. You're going on the road to unknown Liberty, Hugh Freeze, new coach, new system. How do you guys deal with that, preparing for a team where there are question marks on the other side?
Yeah, we got to watch a bunch of different film, and we got to structure it a little bit differently. When it comes to them having a new defensive coordinator, we got to look at the teams that he coached in the past, and kind of get the scheme from that. And then we also have to watch a Liberty film from last year as well to get an idea of how the personnel is going to play and things like that. So it's a little bit different, but we're making it work.
All right, Airon, enjoy your return to left tackle here this week.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's Airon Servais. We'll see him out there Saturday at Liberty.